Welcome to the Vancouver Hustler Show. I am your host, Umair
And I'm your co-host, Joshua Dara.
alongside with
Chris Roche.
Yeah, here we come.
Some kind of
Here we come. Here we come. Here we come.
Let's start with your story, Chris.
So I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from St. John's, Newfoundland.
Okay.
I moved out here to BC about 2 years ago. Before that, I finished my degree, university in business management and German cultural studies. That was more for fun. The business managers got me really confused about what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Learned a bit of everything to know what the hell to pick out of it, right? Accounting, marketing, whatever else. Did a lot of travel. Used to live in South America. Used to live in Germany for a while. Got really bored at home. Moved out here with like no money in my pocket. It was like, I'll figure something out. Slept on my friend's couch for like 2 months.
Sweet.
Picked up the sales role that I do now. Just first week in, started making money. Moved out, had my own place for a while. Then, obviously, one thing led to another, and here we are.
Here we are.
There you go. There you go.
Bro, traveling, right? How did that work for you?
Well, I'm a pretty independent kind of person, so all through my university, what I would do is I would work like 40 hours a week, plus my 5 courses on top of that.
Wow.
So that I could bank money, pay for my school, and, well, my mom helped with it too. But then in the summertime, I would take some of those semesters off, and I would just travel around. So once I did 2 months straight in Europe with one of my friends. My school let me do like semester abroad, so I studied in Germany for 9 months. So I did some work over the summer, things like that.
Sweet.
When I graduated, I had accepted a position in Peru to do like social media marketing for an English company.
Cool.
They would teach me Spanish. I would do their social media. It was fun because during FIFA.
Nice.
So I essentially got I just hung around.
2014 then? A year?
Yeah, 2014. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, then I finished that up. Oh jeez, I finished that up. Did another like month of traveling after that. Went to like Eastern Europe and everything. I don't know. I just love it. I get the little travel bug. I love to go meet new people, go around. Get kind of restless after a while, right?
Definitely.
Then I made it back home. I was working at Tim's for a bit actually. I was making hard bank. I was thinking I was doing the Tim's and the keg so I could make money, so I could find before I found a real job. But I looked at the job market back home. It was pretty slack unless I do a trade. I'm a hands-on kind of guy, but not that way.
Yeah.
So I ended up looking at my airplane points card. I was like, you know what, I'm out. And I just booked a flight the next day. Well, the next day was like 2 weeks out.
Go.
It was actually funny. It was either it's $200 to go to Toronto or Vancouver. I could pick either one. So I'd never been anywhere else in Canada. I said like as far as Ottawa, so I was like screw it, I'll go the whole way, and I just came out this way. It's kind of impulsive.
Oh. So why Vancouver over Toronto?
I know. Some of my friends have been out and like I've traveled different parts of Canada. I always hear raves about Vancouver. I don't know anything about it. I just knew there's like mountains and it's nice there. The weather isn't as crazy. So that was sort of the decision, and I just wanted to go as far as I could. If I felt like if that's more bang for my buck, if I can go all the way instead of just part way.
Yeah.
Right.
So something new. I like it out here. I think it's a great move. I've been a lot happier and having more fun ever since.
Nuts. And did you just book a one-way flight, or was it like?
Yep. I had no plan on coming back. I had like no plan. I was like, okay, I got like $200 in the bank. Okay, what do I do with this? Cool, I'm just gonna go.
Ooh,
and I just went.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
nuts.
and I just like I'll figure it out when I get there. And I was applying for jobs in my first week. I explored a bit around, and I applied for the sales role I do now, and they hired me the week later.
So?
And after the interview and everything, yeah, it was pretty intense. I'm just like, oh my god.
So your friend that the friend you were crashing with for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
Was he like your friend from before? You met him when you got
Yeah, I met her. I met her through my travel. She's originally from BC. She was taking a German program that I was taking at the same time, so we met up, became really good friends. She came to visit me before. We always talked and stuff. So when I was moving out, I was like, "Hey, thinking of coming to Vancouver. Do you know where I could stay?" She goes, "You stay at my place. Don't worry about it." I was like, "Awesome. This works for me."
That's super.
That's pretty
dope.
cool, man. Any plans for the future? Anything?
Yeah. So
For, like travel or anything?
yeah. Well, personal goal is sometime between now and the end of my life, I'm going to travel to every single country. Like every single one, whether it's like blowing up or still going, I want to go see it. I just love seeing different cultures. I'm a big food guy, so I love other cultures' food. Love seeing everything. I always found like I was like 4 months of awe just when I would walk and see the mountains around here.
Yeah.
Same.
Like, I'm just like you look like
what? And people look at you like you're crazy. It's like, bro, we don't see this every
right? Or like the first, like I remember the first day it was like really sunny, and I was just on the SkyTrain line. I think it's the Millennium Line going across North Burnaby. I looked to see all the mountains and like, what is this?
Yeah, exactly. When I was going to
going
downtown Vancouver the first time, I was with him and another one of our friends. You seen Paul?
Yeah.
The Filipino guy. And I'm just like tripping balls looking outside SkyTrain. I'm like, what the fuck? And then these guys are like Snapchatting me like, bro, freaking dip.
Yeah, like I remember, like the expo line going to Surrey. I was going once. I could see the Mount Baker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's that? And one of my friends is like, yeah, that's Mount Baker. I'm like, where's that? They're like, in Seattle. I'm like, no way. There's no way I can see that far. That's crazy. Like the only time I ever see mountains was when I was in the Andes in Peru. That was it. But being somewhere where I could see it every day, it was
it's not
breathtaking.
And for me, I'd never seen a mountain. I've been to India before. I've
Yeah.
been to Florida. I've been to a lot of places, but I've never seen a mountain before.
Yeah.
So it's mind blowing, man.
No, it's crazy.
It's
It was
mind blowing.
so cool.
It's crazy.
And I remember the first time I went to Kids Beach. Well, it was my first summer here, and I was out on Kids Beach. I was like, this is just glorious. Like you got the
Body of
ocean,
water, mountains,
the mountains in the background.
buildings.
Like I can see why people live here. I get it.
Seriously, imagine living in one of those condos, the ones that are right along there.
All right, goals, man, goals.
Definitely.
Dang.
Definitely. So this job you work at, Incros?
Yeah. So company,
Umair was telling me about that.
yeah, the company's called Incros. So we do outbound sales and marketing for
Okay.
big firms.
Yeah.
A lot of it's very similar to what you think, like door-to-door selling kind of thing, but it's business to business.
Okay.
So the sort of day-to-day, to put it, would be going around and essentially walking into all the small business owners that we talk to, getting to know them, seeing what they have with their service provider, whatever we're selling them.
Right.
It's supposed to build on rapport. Like a big part of the sales that we do is not based off of that stereotypical sleazy salesman kind of thing. I hate that. It's more just I walk in, have a genuine conversation with them,
Right.
And then whether or not they like it, it's a good fit. We sign them up. If not, it's no big deal.
Right.
Like we work both with telecom and then the merchant services.
Okay.
Right. So it depends on which campaign we work. I've worked both.
Yeah.
I find that I just find it's a lot of fun. I've also done the door knocking as well, residential. Our client got us doing that for a while. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's way more fun. People invite you to their home, you get like a free dinner. You're like, what?
Oh, really? That's
Pet
it.
dogs all day long. It was fun. But what I love about it is that part of the job teaches you how to hustle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not everybody's gonna say yes.
Yeah, of course, right? And for me, I never really had that entrepreneurial mindset, so I started doing this because I never really thought about it. Right? It was never really an option. Mom wasn't like, hey, you ever thought about owning your own business or being your own boss? My mom was more like, hey, you should probably get a job. You should do this. You should do that, right?
Right.
So I never had that sort of click. So after a few months of doing this, I was like, wait, I'm learning how to run my own show. So I get to take control. I get to have more fun out there, and I'm with more of a purpose, right?
Right.
Then in the mornings, my own focus is I do some of the interviewing for the office, do recruiting and training for some of the newer guys as well. I get to build my own team. Once, obviously, as I build my own team, I run it. I can open up my own office where I feel like,
Nice.
and then run my own show, run my own campaign, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
And if you were to open your own office, would you get residual for everyone that works under you, or?
The way that works is so our client will pay the owner, like the company itself, and the client pays the reps.
Okay.
So it's not like a full one big thing, and then it's cut. No, the company gets paid, and then the reps get paid a different one as well, right? Depending on whatever's negotiated.
Yeah, dope.
Cool. And based on what the reps, so that's based on what the reps sell, right? So obviously, reps don't sell, we don't make money. But the way that we provide our training, the way it's done is the majority of our reps are making I think an average $700 to $1,000 a week. That's what we want people to be making, and it's fun because you get everyone from young to a bit older, and they're just having fun, right?
Yeah.
Big thing that we culture-wise is what I love is that it's a lot about the team growth. I don't see myself as a sales rep. I see myself as more of a people developer, right? So I find the sales teaches you that mentality, that grit, whereas in the office itself, that's more the entrepreneurial game, the development. So I spend a lot of time in my off time doing back end work, so developing the campaign, making sure everything's running, seeing how to make things smoother, using our technology that we have. One of our clients provides us with tablets, whatever else. I'm trying to incorporate what we have as paper documents into actual
Digital.
so that everything's a smoother, less human error, right?
That's cool.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
And you
that's
said
pretty cool.
you weren't really into entrepreneur sales and stuff, right? So
Yeah, no.
were you like a shy kid or like
Yeah, I was probably the most introverted kid you'd look at. Like I remember my interview.
introvert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Chris
yeah.
is an introvert. What?
Hey man, you see me at home sometimes. I'm just so like quiet and sitting down doing nothing. I gotta.
Someone told me Jesse was an introvert.
Yeah. Right? No. I was a pretty timid kid. But I remember doing my interview with my trainer at the time, right? So we took me out for a coffee shop. This we do interviews, and what it is he's explaining to me all the role, and like I'm just looking for a job at this point. I just got here a week ago, right? As I mentioned before, I'm just looking for work, right? The guy looks at me and goes, "Okay, this is outside roles. You're talking to people all day long." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Can you do that?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, I can like interview face on." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." Right? He's like, "It's 100% commission." I'm like, "I don't even know what the word commission means, but sure, I'll go for it." I'm like, "Sure, man." All I thought in my head is no money is better. I mean, some money is better than no money, so we'll work off it, right? And what I found is right off the bat, like that was a learning curve I had to overcome, was to get out of that shell, right? So to live in that uncomfortable zone, right? I always live in the comfort zone. So I pushed myself. Took me a little while, more than usual, actually, for most people, to actually have that conversation with a business owner. And I thought it was the first one that was intimidating. After a while, I started having fun. Now my conversation with them are just like, "Hey, what's up? Like, how's it going?"
Yeah, it's just cool, man.
Just going for it. But it's a big change. Like if you looked at me 2 years ago versus now.
You say that you were, before you started your job, you were really uncomfortable. Like once you started, you got your foot in there with like everything that was going on.
Yeah,
like it was new.
Well, like my lifestyle was pretty, like I just hung out with my friends, like my clique.
Right.
I think going out to bars and stuff, I would hang out with them. Like now, mind you, Newfoundland culture is a bit different. Everyone just talks to everyone. There's no pressure on it. But like when I'm in the moment,
Yeah.
like in the field, so that's what we call it. Whatever else, it just was overwhelming. I get a bit like
It's all new to you.
Yeah, it was all new, right? And when I'm nervous, my tell is I have a really bad stutter.
Oh, okay.
So I'd be like talking to a business owner, like, and they're just like, "It's okay, I'm happy, thank you."
Right.
Like, shit.
You get shut down.
Right. Yeah. But it taught what confidence really means. It's not something you're born with. I was never a really confident guy. It was something I had to practice every single day. I remember I dreamt my pitch once. I woke up, it was my second week in the business. I woke up and I was like, "Well, okay, I just need your signature here. We're good." Like, let's go, right? But then as I developed into it. They put me in more of the leadership role, right? Okay. So what I was starting doing was taking on interviews, and that's a whole different thing. I was on the other side for once. Usually I'm the one who's being interviewed, getting all the questions. I found to be on the other side. I was like, wow, this is something different. Right. I didn't think someone like me who has zero experience when it comes to anything, who's just hungry to do something, would have that kind of opportunity. But if I had gone with another career, just like working a 9 to 5, I don't think I would ever have had that kind of mindset, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that? Do you ever think about that? Like, what if you would just like land in a bank job and then you'd be the same person for the rest of your life?
I'd probably be the most boring kid.
You can't even move up though, too, right? Unless somebody gets fired or they move up.
Yeah.
You're like stuck there.
Yeah. Well, like Jesse started before me, right? And we're on the same playing field now. Like, I mean, not before me, after me.
After you.
After me, sorry. Yeah, he started a year after me. Now we're on the same playing field, right? Which I think is great. That's one of the things I love. Is first off, I have complete control over what I make. Right, the good and the bad. When I take full responsibility for it, I just have a little bad. And then I have control over my own growth. Right, which I find that's what entrepreneurship is about. Right, you have control over what you want to do. You have more say. That's why I love what you guys do.
Sweet.
Right.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because most people are okay with someone else telling them what to do, whereas I always found, even working, I used to work at Selby's, man. I friggin' hated that, dude. My manager would just tell me how to do shit. I'm just like, no, like I don't want. Like, what do you mean coming up here? Like, no, that's not how this works.
It's like, I know how to bag the groceries.
Like, it's not like I already know eggs, bread, nothing else on top. Like, I got this, right? But now I find it's like I'm in more control of what I do, and if I want to, I can advance quicker. Or if I need to slow down the pace, I can do that too, right?
It's
So it's like being in power and like your own boss.
Yeah,
pretty much.
right. Like, and I don't think a lot of people get to experience. Like, people end up working that 9 to 5, right? That bank job, restaurant job, whatever it is, and they just sort of be comfortable. Like the status quo. One thing that really woke me up once was my boss took me out for a fishing trip. We were going out on out around one of those islands, just up Bowen Island. Yeah, we're going up Bowen Island, and we're driving out to go to the boat, and we hear on the radio that the average median income in Canada between 2 people is $80,000 a year.
Between
2 people. So you believe that 2 people.
partners.
Yeah.
Like 85.
That's crazy.
$80,000 a year.
That's crazy.
Right? Isn't that insane? That's 2 people.
Right.
That's nuts.
And that's average. That's like the normal.
Right.
Dang.
That's crazy.
How,
Like how do you get by?
yeah, right? Like
Right.
How can you do that?
You barely pay your bills.
Yeah, man. Like that's a struggle. And then you say you got a kid, like
Yeah. No, exactly. One time we did just a bare calculation.
Like how much it
just
costs for a
How much it
mortgage?
costs for a mortgage, groceries, and basic living expenses. And it came up to something like $42,000 a year.
yeah.
Just to cover the basics.
Just to cover the basics. That's not including going out, buying clothes, or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just getting by.
Yeah. And then yeah, like most people live on, and then you gotta factor in, well, what about savings, what about money, what
Exactly.
about these people don't have the wiggle room to do anything with what they have, right?
Right.
And I think it's just that was just like, nope, I can't do that.
No.
No, that's not my life. I cannot.
And they're stuck in that thing. They
Yeah.
feel like and it's also with their surroundings too. Like other parents and stuff, they don't want to feel ashamed or another parent when they
Yeah.
hang out, right? And they want to feel confident, especially, and that's why they put their kids in that situation. Like my kid's a doctor, my kid's this, my kid's working
Yeah.
for this firm, or whatever, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
that's how they grew up, right? Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's,
yeah.
No, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's exactly how I grew up. My mom's like, okay, you gotta be doing this, you gotta be,
Right,
working
because it's
this,
good money and
manager,
you know,
whatever else.
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, cool, I'll just do my own thing.
But speaking about peers, right? In
Yeah.
your office when you started off, was it helpful to have the guys who have been more successful than you being around you all the time?
100%, man, 100%. So you are who you hang out with, right?
Exactly.
I don't know if this is true or not, but it says like the 5 people that you hang out with in 5 years are who you're gonna be. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can definitely tell. But whoever you hang out with is going to be who you're gonna be like. I got that too from a book called Tribal Leadership. But if you hang out with someone who's doing better than you and they're showing you how to do it, and the beauty of what we do is I'm going to show you how to do exactly what I do, so you can be better than me, if not as good as me.
Because we're learning from your mistakes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And the moment someone's doing better than me, I look at them and go, what are you doing over there? And I'll start asking them, so the tables turn, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a top down, it's we're working together. It's like a
exactly.
web, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Awesome.
It's like you teach them to your best ability. They learn. They start implementing their own things. It's working better.
Yeah.
Right. Reverse.
Yeah, like if they're doing something different, and it's just like, oh, okay, see if we can implement that. And now all this has got to be transferable. If you want to grow, be scalable, whatever you're doing, whatever the task is, it's got to be scalable, right?
Right.
It's got to be simple and easy to learn. But yeah, no, definitely, it was nice having like one of the top guys. He had to move back to Ontario, just family stuff.
Oh, shoot.
But I talk to him all the time. He's still one of my really good friends, and he was like the top dog on the campaign. Yeah.
Nice.
He's a smart fella.
Nice. so you're 2 years in, you're making good money at this job. You figured out who you want to be, who you are. What's next?
What's next? Well, at this point, it's momentum. It's momentum at this point.
Right,
So
exactly.
to get to this point took a lot of hard work and back end, not only in the office sort of thing, but mindset as well.
Right.
Because
it's not just the money that's coming. You're becoming a better person too.
Yeah.
Right? With your values and everything.
yeah, it's becoming sort of developing those habits and getting into it. I've had my ups and downs, like I've with the party life, I've done all that crap and just sort of procrastinated enough. And at this point, and I'm not trying to like new year, new me kind of thing, but I sort of got tired of it. I was telling this to my boss actually during the week, because even he knows, he's like, dude, what have you been doing differently the past while? I'm like, I told him, I was like, I just got tired of it. I woke up in the morning one day and I was like, nope, no more. And I just made that conscious decision to do it. What made that effective is that it's not something I want to do for somebody else. It's not I'm doing it for my mom, I'm doing it for my boss, I'm doing it for anybody else, I'm doing it for my own self. Right, and that makes the difference. Everyone, when you're doing something for somebody else, right, people won't always live up to exactly what they need to do. If you're just doing it for you to get better, for your own, not really selfish, but your own purpose to do what you want, then I feel like you're more driven that way, right?
Right.
I have an actual purpose. Like my goal is to live better than I was yesterday every day. So I can do something better every day.
Right.
Then I can further ahead myself. So at this point, it's momentum.
Yeah.
A goal for myself, like I said, I have the opportunity to incorporate my own office. I want to do that by second quarter, third quarter this year.
Yeah.
Right, then get out, do my thing, start investing, like 2 streams of income by the end of the year outside of what I normally do, and just build, right? I want to be the first person in my family to make $1 million.
That's
Like
crazy.
simple as that.
Yeah.
I want to be the first one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's crazy though, Chris, like, you've been seeing yourself transition. First was like, okay, get my financial life stable. Then you read a lot of books, so you got like your mindset stable. And then now it's time for the physical, because now this guy's killing it. Works out like 5 days a week minimum.
Nice.
He's meal prepping. Like, it's nuts, bro.
Chicken
Yeah.
rice.
Chicken rice. You know? Sometimes I hear himself weeping when he's eating. He's like, one more bite, Chris. One more bite.
Nah, man. Whatever hot sauce that brought into that house makes that chicken rice that much better. Gives that flavor.
Sriracha, hey.
Not sriracha, bro. Prague got some
It's like peri sauce, or what it's called.
something like
okay,
that, but it's
yeah.
from Kenya.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
No, it's that helps too, because it's just there's the energy boost, right?
Definitely.
Like I'm flat out all the time. I woke up like I woke up at like 3 a.m. Like I went to bed last night. Whatever time you came downstairs, I was already in bed.
Yeah.
And I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I had to pee, but I was like awake. I was like, I'm good to go. Like I'm up, I'm ready. And then I'm like, fuck, I gotta bite to sleep. If my alarm just go off till 7, let's go. And that's the thing, right? I wake up on a Saturday at 7 o'clock. Who the hell does that, man? Most people sleep in. And
Yeah.
That's what I usually do. I'll be up at like 12 o'clock on a Saturday.
You guys used to stay up till 7, man.
Yeah, we stay up till 7 in the morning, man. Now we're just
Legit,
like,
bro.
Oh,
Like
really?
when I moved in here, right? Cause I wasn't really a huge party guy. Like I went to like an occasional party, but I wasn't a party guy.
Yeah.
But these were nuts. These would party till like 6, 7 a.m. Because I remember I used to
Yeah.
wake up to go to school or work the next
and
morning.
you were just there, or you
7
just
a.m.
like,
They're still awake, turning up. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
so fucking lit.
And it's like, I think it was after I came back from Toronto, so January. That was the first weekend. It was like quiet. I think you just got back, so I'm like, all right. The next weekend too was quiet again. I'm like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? And
Well,
then,
like a lot of it is like when you start to see the outside looking in and see what you're actually doing.
yeah, you can cut it out. Okay.
When you actually start seeing what it is that you're doing from the outside looking in, you realize that it's not good, right? With these kind of habits, like the party till 7 a.m., it's just not good. It's fun, but it's short-term vision versus long-term, right?
Exactly.
If I want something that's long-term, or I want that sort of lifestyle, then I gotta be able to give into it.
Definitely.
If you don't, then what you're gonna find is it's cyclical, right? You'll have the good ups; they'll be great, but as soon as that high wears off, you're right back down to not kicking ass all the time, and then you gotta work your way right back up. Right? It's sort of just constant shit that you have to go through, and as much as I love the process, I want the process to be going like that instead of a circle.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome.
That's nuts, Chris.
Yeah.
That's oh, he's used to party hard. So, business-wise, Chris, are you planning on opening your own thing? Like,
Yeah. So with what I do now in the business, this helps. Like I learn how the back end, how a small business actually learns how to run. When I get my my track going on that, I want to venture into other industry. When I learn the ins and outs of small business, and I can actually make my own office successful, and I can take what I'm earning and just keep it in my bank account and invest it, whatever else. I get this sort of income, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, right?
yeah.
What I can do then is I want to venture into other businesses. What I want to do would be like a technical recruiting firm. I love interviewing people. That's one of my favorite parts of the job, is interviewing and to know something like that. A few of my friends work for one. It seems like a lot of fun. They do like they do the interviewing. They interview the candidates for bigger firms, like for engineering, IT, things like that.
Yeah.
So that seems there's a small business too, right?
Yeah.
That seems really cool to do. And it's something I like. I love just talking to people at this point. I go from not liking talking to people to talking to people.
That's nuts, bro. Like,
That's funny how that works.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
like-
like nervous and like an introvert.
shy,
right?
and it's
yeah.
like, once you kind of tasted it, it was like, I
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
fun, man. It's fun.
This is like sushi.
Oh, dude, we're gonna be started. I love sushi.
Now, like, I hate sushi. Maybe I just gotta taste it the right way.
I'll bet you that. I've always been a fan of food, so if I could ever get into the restaurant industry, the bar industry like that, like that would be fun. I don't know, man. I just whatever. Let's figure out what's going. Figure out as I go along, man.
Right.
It's whatever.
Just
I'm
not
into.
staying like content though.
No, I'm not gonna stay in the one spot. I'm not gonna
No.
be just one like a one-trick pony.
Right.
I'm gonna branch out and keep going, find whatever works.
Swiss Army knife, man.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Just own it.
Right.
It's one day at a time. One day at a time.
That's awesome, man.
Chris, what advice could you give like young entrepreneurs that are listening right now, or
Right,
at least
in terms of
entrepreneurs
sales.
in the early
In
stages?
terms of sales too, if you relate it.
Like, okay, I would say if you're looking to go into business and be an entrepreneur, I would say start somewhere that does sales, because then you learn how to handle rejection. Like, everyone's going to tell you no, whether it's an idea for your business or it's an idea that you want to sell someone, right? They're going to tell you no. Sales has helped me be able to take a complex topic and make it very simple, right? That's what gets people impulse, right? Was it, Steve Jobs and what's the other guy's name? Steve, like his counterpart?
Yeah.
No,
Steve, wasn't it? Steve Wozniak.
yeah, Steve
Yeah.
Wozniak.
So Wozniak was the brains, Steve Jobs was the salesman.
Yep.
Right? He took what he was doing and made it a great idea, a great vision behind it. Right? That's what a good salesman is. That's what an entrepreneur is, a man with a vision.
Yeah, because he was a creative.
Yeah.
Like, it was nuts, bro. Like, take it in. Before Steve Jobs, the phone wasn't even that, like, accessible. It's just like, yeah.
Flip
But for
phone,
him,
yeah.
it was like, 'cause I watched a few of the documentaries, the actual documentary and then the remake, the movie, and it's like, he wanted everyone to have one.
Yeah.
And that's nuts. Everyone has, like, not an iPhone specifically, but everyone has a smartphone now.
Yeah.
And you could give him the credit that he kind of started the ball to roll.
100%. 100%. But biggest advice, man, and this is a big thing, it's just, fuck everyone else. When it comes to whoever tells you, oh, your idea sucks, whatever, fuck them. Like, you don't
And
need
that's
that
like
bullshit.
even like parents and family.
Yeah, parents, family, friends. If you got someone who's being negative and get you down all the time, and you just gotta get rid of it.
Get out of the
It's a hard decision sometimes. It's a hard conversation, because if it is, say, a family member, significant other, it's very tough. But if you keep allowing that negative aspect to take real estate in your mind, it's just going to just keep in the back of your head all the time. You just gotta get rid of it and go. Right? You gotta be moving forward with it. It's not easy, but entrepreneurship is not meant for the people who like easy.
Yeah, it's not.
It's meant to be tough. It's meant to be fun, challenging. It's like the sports version of business, right? Like, it's supposed to be just go, right? And everyone's gonna tell you no, man. Like, I love my mom, but she sometimes tells me no. Like, man, what are you doing here? Like, come on. And I'm just like, nope. I'm gonna keep going. Right? I'm gonna keep going. I got like, you want to surround yourself with people who are like-minded. You want to surround yourself with people who are not feeding you bullshit. You want to surround yourself with people who are actually like, yeah, go fucking get it. Like, go fucking get it.
It's nuts. Speaking about parents, bro, how'd your mom react to when you're like, hey, even though I did this many years of education, I'm doing sales now?
She does not like it.
She still doesn't like it?
No,
Really?
no.
You've never seen the results?
No, well, she sees the ups and the downs, right?
Yeah.
So she's a typical mom. Right? Your mom wants
Yeah.
your mom's always gonna be looking what's best for you, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you look at the background, whatever else, like, there's no harm against it, like, but she's just looking out for what she thinks is best. And I can respect that,
Yeah.
100%. I just don't agree with it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the same thing. Right? She wants me to be working like up in the. She wants me to work like the oil rigs and mining, whatever else, like being like operations manager, whatever else. Like, that's good money. But it's not for me.
No.
I respect that. I like that she cares, but at the end of the day, it's about what I want.
Exactly.
Right? It's not about what someone else wants.
Exactly. That's important too, man.
That's deep.
Because a lot of people, they're living like to please everyone else, and then they catch themselves for like, they'll have like a midlife crisis where it's like, at that point they realize it's like, what have I been doing for all these years, right?
Yeah, right.
And like, for you to know at a young age where it's like, okay, gotta like fuck what everyone else thinks. I gotta do what Chris wants to do.
Yeah, right.
That's just so important to find at such a young age, because a lot of people find that when they're like 40 and they're gonna have a kid or two.
Yeah, like it's. I wouldn't say it's too late.
It's never too late.
Because the founder of KFC started when he was 60.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. And that's pretty successful,
Right.
Even Warren Buffett, he didn't make real money until he turned 62.
Exactly.
There you go.
I think everyone has, and I got this from listening to Gary Vee a lot, but everyone has that sort of moment when it clicks.
Right.
Some people get it younger, some people get it older, but eventually you have that moment, right? And it's what you do
With that moment.
What is really what defines it, right? I had like, fuck man, I don't know, I just can't see myself living someone else's dream.
No.
Right? Working for someone else all the time, it just doesn't seem as fulfilling, right?
100%. And when you started, Chris, when did the money start coming in? Was it like you were just killing from the beginning, or?
Hell no, man. Hell no. I sucked for a while, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was because of the learning curve with it too, right? But through sheer hard work And I've had like I said, cyclical, right? I've had the downs as well with it too, because sometimes you lose the attitude behind it, maybe you lose your motivation, because maybe you're not in that mindset of working for yourself yet.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I wasn't in that mindset yet. But right off the bat, I was doing okay. I got momentum going. That's how I got like the leadership role in the business, right? Is they let me do that by crushing it in sales. But no, man, I think they wanted to fire me at some point during my training. Like I was not very good.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because I was like super shy. But what I learned is the extra mile really counts. So this one time, so my friend lives down in Robson, Jervis, right? So I was walking home one day on Friday after my trainer said, "Hey, listen, you gotta step it up, or you gotta step up or step off," right? I'm like, shit, I don't know what to do. So this is kind of weird, right? I started walking into random businesses, and I'm off the job. I'm not pitching anybody. I just started talking to them. I'm talking about business, and then I started talking to whoever's working there. I just started talking to them. Whether it's the owner, whether it's the manager, whoever was there, just walking a small business, start talking. Straight up conversation, did it all weekend long. And then when I came in on Monday, I started getting that progression. So I got over that
fear of
it, right?
Yeah.
I just want to step out there and just have a genuine conversation, and I realized that that's what all it really is, and I started having a genuine conversation with everyone. And then after a couple more weeks, I started making money. I think I was performing pretty well after that, but I think it took me like a month and a half to really get on my feet and go. Then a few months later, I managed to get money for an apartment. I lived up in North Berkeley for a while with some roommates. Then Jesse and I got our own place in Edmonds. Then after a while, this is when we got the Surrey place. City life.
Well, how long was what was the period like? Was it like you went like X amount of months not making nothing, or like?
No. I went like probably like I made money through training. Like of course, as you train someone, you want to put sales in their names as long as they're hitting the targets.
Yeah.
So I made some money during training. Once I got out of, I think my second day on my own, I made like $500.
Nice.
On my second day, like
motivational, eh?
Yeah, like it was just a switch, right? So they sent me out. They're like, okay, you're just gonna go solo. Like we're gonna let you fly. And I set up like not everyone does HOT on their first day on their own. Second day, I had it all set up, and I just went and made $500. I was like, holy shit!
And do you feel like this was because of your training, or do you feel like there was just something in you that it's just like?
It was application of training, so it was definitely the training. I don't think I was any sort of gifted, anything like crazy in me, nothing like that. I think it was more just I was just straight hard work. I'm not a talented kind of guy like that. I'm not charismatic by no means. Just try talking to girls sometimes. Man. I'm just not good at that kind of stuff. Not yet.
Not yet.
But that's the mindset, right? Not yet. I'm not good at it.
Yeah, you're training from this guy, bro.
Slayer, right? I know. But it was really just sheer hard work and practicing with intent. So you can practice, right? You know, you use basketball you play, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you just bounce the ball around and shoot it every now and then, but
right.
If you're just doing that, it's practice technically. But if you're like, okay, I want to make sure my technique's like this, I have to make sure
What's
I'm
the
like
purpose?
this. What's the purpose of what I'm doing?
Right.
And you're like, okay, how can I tweak my shot to make it better? That's real practice, right?
Exactly. No, but so people say practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
There's a bodybuilder that said no, that's wrong. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, actually, I saw that hung up in there's a gym on 74th and 120th.
Yeah.
That I think he has that hung up in his business.
It was Kai Green that said that. And that's true, man. Like sometimes, like you said, if you're just dribbling the ball and shooting around, that's not practicing. That just means you're like wasting your time.
It's having fun, right?
Yeah.
Well, practice can be fun. But what is it? Allen Iverson's always like, practice? What are you talking about practice, right? That's why he's no longer in as an NBA star, man. He didn't practice with intent, man.
Right.
But no, and that too, like, it's just developing habits, right? I started writing shit on my mirror all the time now.
Yeah, I love it, bro.
What do you write?
So I got, there's a book that I read, and it's a very good for your mindset when it comes to just life in general. It's called The 4 Agreements. The 4 Agreements are be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, never make assumptions, and always do your best. Right? Very simple concept, very fucking hard to implement on a daily basis.
100%.
Under that is my mission statement, which is always hungry, never full, which is both like mentally and then also physically. I'm always
hungry.
Always eating, man. Always eating, right? Get that food, man. And then I have my business name, which is my tentative one. I don't know if it's taken yet, but BC registered. But screw them, I'll find a way. It's just which is Kodiak Solutions Inc. That's what I want to have my business name as. Because bear is my favorite animal, right? The Kodiak bear is the largest. There's the second largest bear, but is the biggest brown bear. They're so cool, they're massive, and then I have that what the aspect of the bear means. So a bear, the representation of a bear is strength, courage and leadership, which is what I want my company culture to be like.
Gotcha.
And then I just have my weekly targets for my sales, what I want to get done,
Right.
how many interviews I want to do, how many apps I want to sell, how much dollar I want. Preparation is key with anything, right? If 30 minutes on a weekend saves you like so much time during the week, right? They say, you know, like people get sad for Mondays. I get excited that it's Monday. I'm waiting for Monday at this point. I'm like hungry for it. I'm just waiting for it. Like, let's go.
But these guys are even in the office on the weekends too.
Oh, really?
I came from work before.
Yeah,
I
he
came
came from
here.
work today.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're working on the training manual for our campaign. We just restarted it, so we're making all the adjustments to it.
Even if it's not a full day, just a couple hours, you're willing to.
Hours, hell yeah, man. Well, we met at IHOP for breakfast, me and some of the managers and the other guys. So
Right.
we met up for breakfast.
Yeah.
IHOP was so good. IHOP was so good. We met there, we just hang out, you know, it's a bit of fun. Then the two owners got conference calls at 10 o'clock, so then I was in the office working on my own stuff. And then my counterpart in the same campaign, he came in and we started working on the training manual, make sure it's tight. Because we got 2 new people starting on it. We have some people transfer over from our old campaign onto this one.
This one, yeah.
So they already know what to do, so we didn't have to train them on anything really. So we had 2 people actually starting on Monday, so we got to make sure that our training's on point.
Oh.
So that when they come in, it's just structured, just laid right out, black and white, exactly what needs to get done.
Cool.
Get them going, get them building.
Alright,
pretty
Chris,
sweet.
we're towards the end of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So then we're gonna go straight to the 60-second hustle. You have 60 seconds to
got it.
get something off your chest, like deliver, you know, some
Okay.
facts.
Yeah.
Alright.
And you're gonna look right in the camera.
Do I right in the camera? Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. So, for all your listeners out there, if you are actually serious about doing better in your own career and you're looking to actually gain momentum and get that traction to do better and live that lifestyle you want to live, you got to start right now. Yesterday was the perfect day, and you already missed it. Good thing, today, there's still lots of time left, so start. Because you know what, man? Tomorrow never comes. So my biggest advice is start now. Don't wait. Procrastination is the biggest killer of success. Because how much time do you want to spend on your opportunity? Your opportunity is a cost. It can be $5 or $50. It's how much time you want to spend wasting. So go out and get it.
Damn!
I like it.
I love it, Chris.
That was good, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, dude.
No worries.
There you go. There
Dang.
you go, man.
Woo, that
There
was
you go.
fire, bro.
That was awesome.
Alright, now final part of the podcast, bro, is you had to call out who's coming on the show next.
So one of your friends, anybody that you know that just like you has a grind and a story, you know, call them out.
Call them out, and they have to respond in a video. They're like, yes, I'm coming out, Chris, or no, I'm not coming out. Or to Vancouver Hustlers.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, look in the camera and call them out. Or her, him or her.
Him or her. All right, Jesse Olsen. You are the next one to come out on this and hang out with these 2 studs right here, all right?
There we go.
Woo, it's gonna be a
First
show,
pick.
bro. Jesse's gonna
Jesse's
take over,
excited.
man. Woo.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get
I'm
him on.
excited, bro.
There you go.
And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Yeah, here we come.
some kind of
Here we come. Here we come. Here we come.